Hi, I'm Lily, and welcome back to Lily's Lunch Bunch, the podcast. Today, I am joined with...
Scott Tatum.
Woohoo! All right, Scott, how are you today?
Pretty good, pretty good. I didn't have my intern today, so that was clutch.
Very nice. Where do you internship at?
Legal distributing, plug. I actually just now started a new program called SIPS, and I just give out free alcohol, so...
Nice.
For school.
Nice. That is very fun. That sounds really interesting. You were in my hometown the other day for no reason.
Nebraska.
Thanks for telling everyone where I live.
I was at the Hy-Vee, at Eagle. We love Eagle, or we love, obviously, you know, they're part of our map, but there's some unique characters there.
There are.
Like a lot of crackheads, honestly, but...
Hey, nothing compared to Fremont, though, right? Anyways, moving on. What is your favorite song right now, and what's the best song, in your opinion, to lift to?
Favorite song right now? I'd probably say I'm a toss up. Like on my Spotify Wrap that I just got today, I'm a shapeshifter, so like I go from genre to genre. But I'd say like top song right now. So obviously, it's got to keep with Drake and his top 0.05% listeners. Probably like the Break the Heart. I don't even know the name of it, like Heartbreak or whatever. Or
Are you a heartbreaker, Scott? Is that why you like that song?
no,
Oh.
it's just a good song. You know, I mean, you can just connect. You know, everyone's been hurt once. You know, it's not even about heartbreak, but no, literally. Or
Best song to lift to?
oh, this one's totally random. Definitely listen to it though. Also by Drake. "You" Heartbreak, but Drake's not even in it, and it's like actually such a beautiful Bliss song. You should listen to it actually.
Okay, I will.
Have you ever heard of it?
Nope, I don't think so.
What about
I
you?
listen to a lot of songs, but I don't know the title of any of them. I know like the album art. That's how I remember songs. But right now, I'm really into Garth Brooks because I found some of my mom's old CDs that we listened to like as a kid, and she's the live CDs from like the concerts.
Really?
Oh my God, I go ham to that stuff. I Call 'em Baton Rouge or Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up are two of my favorite songs. I love
You
those
listen
songs.
to country?
Not really. I listen to Garth Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a huge country person, but I definitely love Garth Brooks. Like, grew up on it. Listen to it every morning on the way to school, on the way to, like, volleyball tournaments.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Do you have any, like, classic songs you remember from your childhood?
The first one that comes to mind, I don't even know it. It's like by Nickelback. It's like, look at this photograph.
Oh, nice. Classic.
I'm old, you guys, so I don't
He's-
think Lily knows that song.
He's
So
very old.
No.
I only know the meme. Not the look at this photograph, but the look at this graph. You know that one? Okay. I'm not just making stuff up here.
I'm actually old. I'm out of that generation. I don't know what that is, but
You're still born in 2000, though. Barely.
2001, yeah.
Yeah.
Barely.
Barely. That's 2 years. You could have been a 90s kid.
I wouldn't be here. We've never met.
No, that would have been so sad.
And actually, 2 years, if I was 99, yeah, I still wouldn't have seen you.
Yeah. What would you be doing with your life?
I'd probably be wealthier if I was born in 99, honestly.
That's fair. Okay. So, Scott, you're from Montana. You're a self-proclaimed mountain man. What was it like growing up not in the in the Midwest?
It was pretty amazing. There's these things called mountains. It's like this thing comes out of the ground.
We
It's
don't have
crazy.
those here.
Yeah, it's there's something taller than corn, so that's really nice. But no, seriously, it's pretty amazing. I grew up in the mountains, fly fishing and hiking and hunting, and like I grew up like hunting on horseback. So I don't look like it now, but
That's really, you've hunted on horseback?
that's the only way I've ever hunted my entire life.
Do you hunt with a gun or with a bow and arrow?
Both.
Both.
But I wouldn't. If I would bow hunt, I would like go up by myself because obviously horses have a strong scent and loud and everything. But
Okay. I've never hunted.
Really?
I've shot a gun, but I've never hunted.
really,
Yes.
I was like almost a guide. Like I was a guide.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is it like riding a horse? I've never done that either.
Really.
No.
Riding a horse is, I don't know, I mean, you lead the reins one way, they go one way, and
Have you ever had like any crazy stories from hunting on horseback?
yeah. So I actually almost got hypothermia and frostbite once. So it was really, it was bad. But no, so this is like when I had a 270, which is a type of rifle. It's like
Okay.
shoots little dinks. Now I have a 7mm because of the story, but or going up. It was probably like -20, -30, like way steep snow, brutal. Horses are trugging along, and we see this pretty good sized bull, and went up and shot at it, missed. It was too far of a shot. Tracked it up, and we're just going through some rough timber. And long story short, horse breaks through the ice when we're crossing this creek. I fall off, like I get wet. It's like so bad. It's windy, and
How far away are you from like civilization at that point?
I'd say like 9 miles.
Oh,
So like a
jeez.
couple hours out, and it was starting to get towards the end of the day, but we saw these bulls and we had to make a fire, so I was like dying.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I had to take my glove off when I was shooting at the bull, and I lifted at the horse, but then I fogged my scope, so I was like laying down like this, and then just from the snow and just like me breathing like this instead of like this, and it was so cold, fogged my scope, so I was out there longer, and I like actually had a shot off at a different bull, but then I couldn't pull the trigger because I couldn't move my hand anymore.
Oh no.
So that's I mean that was not the craziest story, but
That's very scary though. What's like a good moment from being in the mountains? Like what's one of your favorite memories? Like being outside.
gosh, I guess for like hunting, I don't know, I've felt like just one with nature, or it's just like I just get out there and I'm like, wow, like this is so beautiful. One time I was getting tracked by a mountain lion, and that's not super good, but it was kind of humbling, you know, where I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm so grateful for life, because I literally got tracked by a mountain lion, but they're super scared, so.
Mountain lions are so scary. Guys, do not look up what a mountain lion sounds like. I know we had the conversation over summer where I asked you if you've ever seen a mountain lion. They're so scary. My friend's obsessed with them still.
Really?
Yeah, she like will not go hiking. Like I invited her because I'm moving to Arizona. So
Yeah.
I asked her, I was like, oh, do you want to go hiking with me like over the summer, over spring break or something? She's like, what if a mountain lion kills us? She will not do anything like too outdoorsy because she's afraid of mountain lions.
And is that the one with the bracelets?
Yes.
Red hair?
Blonde hair.
Blonde hair, yes.
I don't have a red-haired friend.
Same thing. She's basically red hair. It's like an auburn, guys, but
It's blonde. Fully
shout
blonde.
out.
Shout out Rory. Hi,
Yeah,
Rory.
it is Rory, yes.
I want you to be on this podcast, but you're busy. Frickin' pre-vet
And she's
major.
moving to,
We're both business majors. We don't have anything going on.
I have so much going on, actually.
What do you have going on?
I'm going to go to a basketball game after this, you know.
Woo. Go
Go
Maine
MU.
Warriors.
Go MU.
Woo. What else? And you talked about your internship. What else do you do? And extracurriculars.
Literally everything. I don't know. I've been part of Res Life. I'm not obviously anymore, but I guess like a typical day, I get up at like, I don't know, 6:37, stretch. I'm getting old, so I have to do some mobility for baseball, but start with warm shower and cold, you know. Who's going to carry the boats? David Goggins. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Like-
I know carry the boats.
Okay, fire me up. All right.
I was a Viking in high school. I know carry the boats. I know burn the boats. All the boat puns.
Okay.
Every boat motivational thing.
Yeah.
It's in my head.
Yep. So do that, drink some water, go to class at 8 a.m. every day, and then I have either work or after. So on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have work from 9 to like 3:30. Then I have practice, and then I have weights after that, and then by that time it's like 7, 8 o'clock.
And the sun's been down for hours at this
Yeah.
point. Winter's brutal.
Seasonal depression or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
What's your favorite season?
I would definitely have to say spring, because then the rivers aren't blown out yet in Montana. It's beautiful. Like the babies are being born.
Oh, for
Like
animals.
animals.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Is there some kind of Montana cult that like
there's only you can only have babies during spring. So
Fun fact, from March to May,
Yep.
the only time. Speaking back on Montana, I know you started a few businesses back there. Can you tell us about that, how that's been being an entrepreneur like so young and kind of what you learned from that?
definitely awful. No, it's kidding. It's really good. It's a learning experience. So my mom and I started a shuttle business because of where I work, and I still work now over the summers. There were people that needed rides, and I was like, oh, yeah, oh, my gosh. They're like, oh, we'll give you $50 to take us down a mile down the road. And there's no Uber where I'm from because, again, I'm in Paradise
of nowhere.
Valley. Yeah, not in the middle of nowhere. But
No, nowhere.
compared to where we're at now, yes. But so we kind of started that. We got a little LLC going, and we started out with one vehicle, got to two, almost three, like basically three, but it was one of our own vehicles already. And then just kind of did the marketing and everything and branding and everything for that. And then we're actually going to end it this summer. So I had it for 4 years, which is super cool. And it was really great learning. It's like, oh, you know, like We got its own phone. We got everything, and that was super good experience. And then this past summer, I started with vacation rental management, and that's just so much more lucrative compared to the shuttle service. And I can have such a set schedule with that versus like shuttle driving. Like, oh, hey, you need a ride? Like, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Very cool. So with the rental service, like when did you want to get into that? Why did you decide to start that? How did you start doing that?
Yeah, so our house, there's like a separate section, and then there's another property I use, and then I'm about to get to a third, but it just depends because I'm probably not going to be in Montana after this next summer. So, but we'll get to that milestone when it comes. But I kind of got into it because it's just super. I was like, wow, I hear all these things about renting properties and all this and that, and I live in a place where it's like highly trafficked in the summer. Obviously, Yellowstone Park, and just the beauty of the area. And I was like, wow, we can make some stupid money off of renting these properties out. So I kind of got into it like that and haven't really turned back. Hired a few cleaners and had to clean them a few times myself and had some unique interactions. But
very cool.
Fun fact, I absolutely love our cleaner lady. I'm not going to say names, but she was actually like legitimately bipolar. So it was interesting to work with her.
I bet that sounds.
With them. I don't know. Like there's legitimately two different. They were different personalities.
Oh no.
So it's like
Shout out to that cleaning lady.
No, she did great.
Yeah, I'm actually considering being a cleaning lady this summer for like under the Mohawk, like one of those places, so I can stay like near a national park because I don't know what I'm gonna do this summer.
There's one 5 minutes from my house, so that's crazy. But
how many national parks have you been to? Just that one or multiple?
Just about most of them. I'd say, like national. How many are there in the United States?
There's like 50.
50. I've probably been to like 25.
Oh wow! Is there any you haven't been to that you really want to go to?
Big tree one in Colorado or whatever it is.
The big tree one.
What's it called?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Big Tree National Park.
It's like the
Colorado.
Redwood Forest or something.
Oh, probably. Sequoia National Park, Redwood National.
Yep.
I've been to Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Have you been to Devil's Rock in South Dakota?
No. Yes.
It's cool.
Yes, I have actually.
That's like the only thing I remember going to as a child that was like in nature. Besides, like we went on Colorado trips as a kid and we went hiking. But anyways, that's my only experience with mountains. I get to experience mountains like a week out of the year. But
you can always just come out to Montana, but
never been invited, man.
The entire campus is invited. Anyone who ever watches this, come to Montana. Just get in contact with Lily. She'll come out with you guys. So
For sure. Yeah. Is there any state you haven't been to that you want to go to? Continue with the travel.
Maine.
One
of my buddies plays for juniors up there, and just something I haven't experienced. Maybe New York. I don't know. I've been to like California, and so I've seen the city or whatever. But I don't know. Change up the coast.
Yeah.
I've been to Florida, and like North Carolina and all that, but I haven't been up.
I haven't. I'm going to South Dakota in April, though. I've talked about this before, though, so we don't need to get back into it.
What state would you want to see?
Hawaii or Alaska.
You haven't been to Hawaii?
I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska.
Go to Kauai. It's amazing.
Yeah? What
no
did you do in Kauai?
So, what I do? Everything under the sun. I mean, went to a luau, tried to surf. Actually, can't even skateboard, so that was brutal. But I'd say...
You can't skateboard?
No. I can ski like no other, but throw up the L. Ask her to go in an elevator, see what happens.
That was uncalled for. I am terrified of elevators. Anyways.
But just did an all Hawaiian thing, swam with some turtles. Fun fact, do not have shiny jewelry on because some of the fish or like some of the eels will attack you.
Oh, the eels?
Yeah, I got terrified of some black and white zebra eel. I don't know what it's called.
That is scary. Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish?
Yeah, I was in Mexico.
Hurts.
And there was like the migration, and we went and we're like, you know what? Oh, we're going to change this one spot and try to get off here because there was less jellyfish here. Mm-hmm. And I had one wrapped around my leg.
Ugh. Did you try peeing on it? To like,
yeah, I tried peeing on it.
Did it work?
It does help. But I had one. I literally had like pulled off. I was crying. I was kind of small too. But my mom did not get stung. Out of like, there was like 12 people that went onto this island, and she was the only one who didn't get stung. And it was because she peed all the way there and all the way back. And I literally had one wrapped around my leg, and I was crying, and I pulled it off.
Oh, that's awful. I had one that got wrapped around my, but it wasn't a big one. It was just a little one. But it hurts.
It does not feel good.
No, it's no joke. Don't get stung by jellyfish. I'm terrified of box jellyfishes, even though I've been to the ocean twice, 3 times in my life. I'm just terrified that I'm going to get stung by a box jellyfish and die.
I'm terrified of just dark water in general, so.
Yeah. What do you think is scarier, space or the ocean?
Ocean, without a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
What's going to kill me in space?
The nothingness. Like if your spaceship breaks, you're just goner.
I mean,
You could get detethered from the spaceship and just like float off and never be able to like just run out of oxygen and suffocate and then just be a floating piece of debris up in space.
Well, I feel like you'd slowly get carbon dioxide poisoning, so you wouldn't really feel anything. You wouldn't like suffocate, but like in the ocean, like you're like terrified. You're treading water, and all of a sudden like something snatches your leg. Like
that is scary. You think shark movies are scary?
I think it's what ruined the ocean for me. I don't know. I was a big Shark Week guy, and I have I'm terrified of the ocean. But like, put me in like any, I'll wrestle a grizzly compared to getting in the water.
Oh, have you ever seen a grizzly bear?
Yeah.
Are they like? What's it like?
I mean,
was it scary? I'm assuming it was.
When I was younger, I was scared of them more, but now I understand them a lot better. But like, I've been me to that camera from a black bear. Like, had headphones in. I was hiking up this mountain. I was like shed hunting, so I like pick up the antlers when they fall. Okay. Get like some for money, but I was kind of hiking around, just jamming out, and I like turned the corner, and there was this like I smelled this awful smell. Ooh. It was this rolling hill, and there was this black bear, and I was like, and it never saw me because the wind was blowing at me. But I almost died. Almost died a couple times.
Are there any other instances you want to tell us about?
Literally one this summer. So I was going to not Kenny Chesney. Good Directions. Billy Currington. I can't believe I just forgot that. First big concert of my life, basically. I was going to a Billy Currington concert, going to get there early, front row, right? Mm-hmm. That was a whole story in itself, but I was driving, and my mom and I got into a little argument. I hate to hear it, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, what a yaw. And I drive, and if it wasn't for those few seconds that we were arguing, I would have been in a head-on collision with this trailer that fell off this truck that had a forklift on it. Oh my god! Like I was driving behind it, and it was like 15, maybe 20 seconds down. Mm-hmm. I watched this thing. One of the front tires broke, and it swerved off, and it flipped. And if I was literally any closer, I would have wham.
Oh my gosh, that is very scary. Yeah. Well, that's a lie. I've been in multiple car accidents.
Really?
Yeah, but like none of them were like major. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like not T-boning, no rolling the car, anything like that. Really? That's very scary. But I have totaled a car. Another
hunting story. I love hunting and whatever. Literally, it's like almost killed me.
I don't think we can tell.
I've hurt my knee from it. Like, I like really, yeah. Anyway, we had a rough day on the mountain, and so we're like, we're gonna go check this one spot, and we were on black ice, and we had the truck, and this huge truck. Like, we're in a big truck, and this like Mack truck. Like, this guy is probably 4'11", like monster truck, right? Yeah. And we both hit black ice, and they were going way faster than they were supposed to. And we had a head-on collision, and my buddy's head like broke the windshield up here, but he's fine. Like he just like my shins were like black. Like I was, but yeah, we were chilling. But shout out to grill guards, but airbags didn't go off though. I don't think he had airbags.
That's maybe not good.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never hit a car hard enough to get the airbags to go off either.
Really?
Yeah, and I have airbags in my car. I know I do. I saw him put them in.
Yeah, I know for a fact this guy didn't have any, but.
Also, my windshield broke, and I think someone threw a basketball at it. Because I parked right next to the basketball court in the Miller parking lot, and.
You can just check the cameras, right?
Yeah, it happened like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't said anything, so I don't think they're gonna want to.
They still save it. Yeah, they can go back.
I know, but it's fine. I just don't want to deal with it. But literally, I parked my car, and the windshield was fine, and I just gotten it replaced too. I got it replaced like 2 weeks ago, and I come back like 2 days later, and the windshield's just cracked. It's completely splintered. I'm like, what the fuck? But it also could have been from the cold, because that was right when we got that cold snap.
I would definitely double check.
That's just so much work.
Put it up to the audience. Currently, this is probably going to be how much farther down.
For my 3 listeners, please, tell me in the comments what I should do, if I should check it or not. Really dilemma in the week that this is not going to come out, in the last week of school.
Or she can literally just go after this and just, hey, security, you know, I was parked here. This is the day it happened. They can speed watch it. And then bam. Then she does, all right, audience, does she waste money or does she save money?
That is the question.
You can use girl math and use the money you didn't spend and buy something. I just discovered what that was.
Ooh, you did?
Yeah.
Give us some girl math equations. What else is girl math? If I budget money for coffee, I didn't spend money on coffee because I budgeted it beforehand.
I was gonna say that's the only kind of equation of girl math I know. I'm just on the ice with it.
He's new. He needs a tutor in girl math.
Yep.
What's boy math? Good. Do you know what boy math is?
Make money, spend money. I don't know.
No, I don't know what boy math is either.
I don't think it's.
I don't think that's a thing. Anyways.
I like numbers, so maybe let's create boy math.
Talking about money, we're both in FBLA, and that is a very entrepreneurial business kind of thing. We were both state officers for Nebraska as well. Yep. VP of membership, shout out. What have you learned from FBLA? What connections have you made? What's a cool story? Just tell us about your experience.
So I guess something cool that kind of happened was just kind of evolving as a leader and kind of a person, I think. You know, if you would have told me my freshman year that I would have been a state representative for the state of Nebraska, I would have been like, you're tweaking. Mm-hmm. If you told me that sophomore year, I would have been like, dude, I don't even go to the meetings at FBLA. And so to see myself now, I think it's kind of cool, but it really is, I think it really helped me with like public speaking and kind of getting out of my shell. Like obviously I don't really have a shell when it comes to like a party or a social gathering, but in those moments where it's like, holy smokes, like I get nervous and I feed off that now versus actually being like, hello, good morning.
I think I need to make that bridge still. I'm in the process of learning how to speak in front of people, but
we have 5 more years of school now, right? Since you're transferring, so
I have 3 more years of school.
Yeah.
Most likely. I'm gonna do summer school. Guys, is summer school really that bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is it? Is it?
Have a life. You only live once. Like I might.
Exactly. Why would I want to waste another year in college?
Right. That's what I'm saying. But then it's like your summers, you know. It's a toss up. And then it's like, do you work or do you just go abroad? Right. It's like not waste a year of your life, but live a year of your life.
I was looking at Airbnbs in Italy and plane tickets to Italy for this summer because my parents are lightly kicking me out for this summer. Because I'm moving all my stuff down, right? And they're like, we think it's just best if you just stay down there and you just live by yourself.
I mean, just live in hostels then. I'll see you out there.
Where?
Wherever you are in Europe at that time. I mean.
Yeah. Are you going to Europe anytime soon?
Yeah. So I'm going to be at the Olympics in 2024 for my buddy. I'm actually going to see him.
What is he doing in the Olympics? That's crazy.
He's on the USA BMX team. His name's Cameron Wood. Shout out. I'm actually seeing him next week. I'm flying into Phoenix. And then we're going fly fishing. But best friend from growing up. And then aside from that, I'll be in New Zealand in 3 weeks or whatever. So that's not
What are you
Europe.
going to New Zealand for?
Just fun. Yeah. I'm going to go fly fishing a little bit. Just kind of just a reset, actually. I'm not going to be on my phone for 3 weeks.
That will be really good.
Yeah. I'm definitely I think it's so crazy if you think about it, how many like weeks or months you're on your phone. Like if you're on it 4 hours a day, what is that a year?
That's an insane amount. I hate my phone. I wish I could throw it in a lake. But I run like 4 social media accounts.
Like
I don't know
10.
why my microphone's kind of going in and out. I hope you guys can't hear that. But it's going in and out on the headphones. Anyways, I run
That's
4.
60 days.
That's awful. I wish I could throw this like in a lake and never, but I like interacting.
You need it now though.
I know, but I don't want it.
I would have not been here without the phone if you wouldn't have texted me.
That's true. That's the only reason I keep it. Just to interact with people. And then after this, like this month ends, I like stop running all but 2 social media accounts. I'm so excited.
It's going to be nice. I think
it's
also going back to FBLA and talking about phones and networking and everything, my most memorable moment was hands down Nationals.
In Atlanta?
Down in Atlanta. It's a good song. Do you know that song? No, you don't. She has no taste. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, I invite you on this podcast and you just slander me like that. That's fine.
Well, yeah, you're the one with the mic that's messed up. So I'm out here just my back hurts. You know.
Why does your back hurt? What'd you do?
From carrying this podcast. No, I'm kidding.
Anyways.
But no, seriously. So Atlanta was really cool. We had a suite on like the 38th.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the girls' room and the boys got it.
No, it was supposed to be our room the whole time.
It was supposed to be the girls' room.
But our room was like maybe 4 of their rooms. Like it was actually amazing.
It was like huge. It was a really cool suite actually.
Yeah, so that was amazing. And we invited like
half the state.
No, like 40 people.
Yeah.
And so that was super cool because it was a great like networking thing, and it was like that is like where actual business happens versus like everyone dressed to the nines, like all fake and everything. It was like seeing who really people were.
Yeah. I don't like wearing suits. Suits are so uncomfortable. Are suits uncomfortable for guys?
No, I love it. I thrive in a suit. I literally am like I feel I feel like I
the
look
man.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Suits, like, they definitely give me confidence, but they are so uncomfortable. If I could find a comfortable suit, I would be happy in life.
I just get mine tailored, so.
I buy mine from JCPenney. So.
I've never shopped there, actually.
It's good deals. They had jeans for $15 the other day.
Plug JCPenney.
We're not sponsored. JCPenney, if you want to sponsor me. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, why not?
Because I have 7 listeners. Get those numbers up, guys, and we'll get sponsored by JCPenney. I can give you a code for 10% off like a real influencer.
That'd be savage.
Yeah, that would be great. Speaking of Europe, sort of, we both went to Ireland. What was your favorite memory from that? Or some people you met? I know you met some people from the USA and Ireland. I think that's such a cool story.
Wow. So literally when we landed, I met this guy named Christian and this girl named Lily as well. Little crush over there. But no, met those guys. They were from like Illinois. They were so cool. They're at some D1 school and studying pre-law, and they were there for like they were there for 30 weeks. So they were there longer than us. But
that's crazy. We were there for a week for reference.
Yep. So it was super cool. But then so I made some friends off the plane, and then other people. I mean,
you met someone like a French gal?
Yep.
You want to tell about that?
Yeah, so that was literally the last night. I don't know why I ever mentioned the French girl, but I don't even remember her name. It was like Dosanya, or it was like it was super cool. I don't even know like that's how I thought it was supposed to sound, but she was super cool. We went out to this most memorable moment, either the cliffs.
The cliffs of Moher are amazing. They're so pretty.
Or the Brazilian club.
Which one was that?
The one where we got in VIP on the tower with all the celebrities.
Gosh. Yes, I haven't talked about this at all, actually. We've only talked about like with like Maddie and everyone before. We've talked about like the actual trip. Do you want to talk about Dicey's? Yeah. Dicey's was so fun.
Dicey's was insane. So long story short, I bought some bottles, and they kind of got us into this VIP stage because they were kicking people off, but they were like, "You guys can stay." And it was just an absolute memory. We were there, like we were the only normal people there. Like everyone else was like either like celebrities or they were influencers, stuff like that. Like I followed like the DJ and like a couple people up there, and like the lowest person had like 60,000 followers.
That's crazy.
And so that was super cool. And then I hung out with the people from Illinois, and then some other people couldn't even get into the stage, so it was great. But that was super fun.
It was, so guys, okay, the club, there was an inside part, and then they went to a back outside part, and the outside part had stairs that led to a halfway indoor, halfway outdoor part that was upstairs, and then in the middle on the upstairs was like this carnival-looking ride thing that was a platform. That's where the DJ was, that's where we were, and it was lit. That was so fun.
Yeah, no, so definitely that was a key moment, but the last night, which only Dylan and I can really speak to, was crazy because we went to this place where we walked the night before and we're like, oh, this is cool. But then Dylan made great friends with this Hispanic guy named whatever.
Why are you looking at me like I know it?
Why do you think I'm looking at you?
What's his name? I don't know.
That's crazy. Do you remember anything about the The one bar with the one bartender.
That Abby kissed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Him?
it was him. So
Shout out Abby.
Shout out
You're
Abby.
actually so cool for that.
yeah, no, I forget. I follow him on Instagram, but this super great guy. And so we like went out and we left. So like it was their graduation party at that time. So we were there and it was crazy. And I met some other people, but then all of a sudden this French girl like came up to me and was like, come dance with me. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, it's fire me up, right?
Yeah.
Went in Ireland. And then I was just actually out of a relationship like like several days in. So
I remember that.
yeah, that was really sad, you know.
Poor guy.
I know, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But no, nothing crazy happened with that.
Right.
But no, she was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And then like they were all like, it was like me, the American, and then like 60 French just chain smoking cigs in the cig area. And I'm like, nah, I don't smoke. Like I'm good. And I just got to like, they were like all trying to like pick my brain. They're like, oh my gosh, you ride horse? What? And I'm like, yep, America, McDonald's. Like,
You probably reinforced all their American stereotypes. Like, yeah, I hunt.
Yep.
I ride horses.
yeah, no, I definitely, yeah, I'm pretty American, but it was really funny. And then we actually went to the bar where this guy works to pick up some type of drink because it was like past the hours. And then we go over to this French girl's like apartment, and housing in Ireland's ridiculous. Like our hotel like front desk gal, she paid like $400 a month, $500 a month for an abandoned building.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like it was sketchy, and so she was super cool too. Like I'm so grateful to be in America because like that really humbled me as well. Because one night we were talking to the guy that was a lawyer in Brazil, and he makes more money as a night shift worker at McDonald's than in Brazil, like as a lawyer.
That's
Because of the recession right now, so that was super sad. But no, yeah. So the French girl took us back to her apartment, and it was like basically a mansion, essentially, or it was crazy. Like they had like a sauna wood for like this like their hangout area, I guess. And so that was super cool. And then it was literally us three guys and her, and then she went to bed and we just chilled in her house for a while. She's like, yeah, you guys can just hang out. I'm like, okay.
She sounds down to earth.
No, yeah, she was so cool. Desanya.
Desanya.
But yeah, and then besides from that, then Dylan and I took a 20-minute nap and then got on the plane, slept all the way back.
We almost didn't make the plane back, by the way.
Yeah.
Our advisor did not plan the best for the bus rides, and we almost did not have enough room on the buses to get back in time.
I was going to volunteer as tribute and not make it.
Well, there was a handful of us that,
There was like, what, 4 of us?
yeah, like 4 or 5, and then, yeah, Nick.
Oh, also most memorable was the glasses I stole from the bar.
Oh my God, I forgot. I was going to ask you about that, and I forgot about that. Please tell.
I have 20 glasses from Ireland bars or pubs.
That he picked up off the side of the roads.
Or
I'll
from
put
the
a
bars,
picture
from the
up.
actual
I'll pick a
bars.
picture up. I have a picture of you holding like 5 glasses in your hands, like in the middle of the night in Ireland.
I mean, it's memories. And that started it started a couple years ago, but every like core memory, I have like a salt shaker or a shot glass or a glass, or a fork or a knife.
So you collect like dishware for memories.
Yeah, if I'm out. Like I have one with one of my best friends, Josh Slansky he was here my freshman year, but he's not here anymore, but I have a top golf cup that comes to mind. I have like a $400 knife on accident from this mansion where me and my buddy Ben went to this mansion with all these girls one time because we were their shuttle drivers. And they invited us over and like they threw us a party.
Nice.
And it was like one of these girls' uncles, and like his wife was like the world champion of like paddleboarding. Long story short, like we were hot tubbing and everything, and Ben stayed the night. I left at like 3 a.m.
Very fun.
And
how did you get a knife?
Well, I was like, oh my, they made us charcuterie boards. They made us they were like, I thought we were gonna get sacrificed. They were like giving us literally anything, and it was amazing. They were pulling out like $400 or $500 bottles.
Oh,
like,
jeez. How long ago was this?
2 summers ago. No, 3 summers ago. But no, yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, I want this knife. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wow, this is actually really nice. Like the next morning, and I was like, oh, let me look it up. $400.
And you just kept it? Have you ever used it since?
Yeah. It's the greatest cheese knife of all time. It's $400. Like,
I believe it.
but no, and then those people were like billionaires. Like, it was actually insane. So I feel bad though. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, 7 listeners. I apologize to those people.
If they ever see this.
If they ever see it, I will
won't.
gladly give it back to them.
I actually might get more traction on this podcast. I did an interview this morning with Strive Education. Shout out Strive Education. And I promoted my podcast on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this was definitely going to be an interesting one. But also, fun fact, some of the girls' names were Lola and Coco.
Lola and
Those
Coco.
were the real names, and they were not strippers.
That sounds like dog names. Like, oh, hey, Lola. Hey, Coco.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Fun. That is really fun. Okay, we're about halfway through. We have a meme intermission.
Okay.
So what's a Vine, TikTok sound, or quote that's been stuck in your head recently? I did not write one down. Normally I do. Otherwise I'd have one on hand.
I guess I'm probably like literally the worst person in the world to ask this because I don't really do memes.
You don't do memes.
I don't really do memes at all.
Were you ever on Vine? You are old.
I really wasn't. My mom was super strict, so. But
that.
a meme.
I got the Hurricane Katrina, more like Hurricane Tortilla, stuck in my head because my roommate said it earlier today. It's a classic Vine. Shut up.
So moving on with the podcast.
Okay. Now we have a would you rather section because you're lame and you can't come up with a meme.
Okay.
Would you rather be a foot taller or a foot shorter than your current height, and why?
I feel like no person in the world would ever say shorter.
But you were 6'4" already.
Right, I am 6'4", but if I was 7'4", I would not be at Midland University, and I would be playing basketball at any university I would ever want.
True. Do you think there's a certain height where people become really uncoordinated, though?
Yeah.
So do you think you wouldn't have any coordination at 7'4"?
I definitely think I would.
Think about the
be
pants.
Unicorn. Yeah, pants are brutal. I mean, I already have a tough time with my legs now. But I actually was playing against a 6'9" D1 commit over Thanksgiving break, and he was very coordinated. So if I'm like, 7 inches taller than him, then I feel like I could still be coordinated.
You got this. I think I would definitely be a foot taller. Oh my God, I would be D1 volleyball.
Yep.
Could you imagine? 6'8"? Oh, be killing it.
You'd be really tall.
I'd be really tall. But that's okay. Both my grandma was 6'1". Both my aunts one was 6'1" and one was 6 foot. My dad's 6'2". My mom is 5'4". So you can see who ruined it for me. It's okay. She gave me good skin.
That's good.
Anyways, the next would you rather. Would you rather always have to tell the truth, even when it's harsh and might hurt the other person's feelings, or would you be someone who compulsively lies at random and maybe inconvenient times? Which would you rather have? You can never lie, or sometimes you lie, just randomly.
I would have to do the truth, but it would just really suck because I hate hurting people's feelings.
Have you ever lied to not hurt someone's feelings?
Oh, for sure.
Do you have any examples? Or you don't have to if you don't want
No, yeah, I'm just gotta think, like, I don't do it all the time. Like, I made it sound like
I lie all the time.
No, I think, like, if someone's like, oh, yeah, like, how did that look? I'm like, oh, it looked great. Like, I'm not, like, just, yeah, like, crazily lying, but, like my mom would always say, like, a white lie. Hopefully I don't pick that up because she did it quite a bit with my grandma towards her ending years, but I definitely would say, like, I don't know. I don't really, like, recently have done that.
Lied to someone?
Yeah.
Huh. That's probably good. That's a good thing.
I'm trying to think.
I would definitely tell the truth. I do that for the most part anyways. I hate lying. Just because it makes me feel bad inside. Like, depending on how, like, bad the situation is with the white lie kind of thing, I feel worse about lying about it than I feel about telling them the truth and maybe hurting their feelings. And I don't know what that says about me, but...
What about saying nothing at all? What is your thought on that?
Like, ghosting the person? Or just being, like, just having, like, a no comment?
Just, like, just, gone.
I would rather, yeah. I mean, if I could not hurt anybody's feelings and not feel guilty about lying, yeah, that'd be great.
You're going to hurt their feelings if you ghost anyone.
Well, I suppose.
Have you ever been ghosted?
I have. Have you ever been ghosted?
Yeah, actually for the first time recently.
Really?
Yeah. It was hilarious.
How did it
actually.
happen?
So I actually met this gal. She was super cool. Like, I was like, oh yeah, like, let me take you out to dinner, whatever. We had dinner. It was great. Just got to know her because it was a friend of a friend. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like, she's like, yeah, you should come over on Saturday. This was like a while ago, but and I was like, okay, bet. And so came over, and her brother was there because he was going on a date with one of her friends. So it was super cool. But we had a great time. Long story short, like I say the night again, nothing happens. Like, try to keep it classy.
Right.
Actually was gonna sleep on the couch. She's like, Scott, like, no, like, just, like, it's okay. I'm like, are you sure? It was hilarious. But then stayed the night, had a great time. And left. She's like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, I'll see you later. But then I think it was like that night, her ex texted her, and I didn't realize that she just got a relationship like a month ago. And so like she didn't respond to me like for probably like 18 hours. And I was like, damn. I texted her, I'm like, hey, is she okay? Like,
yeah.
Like, did I do something? She's like, no. And
go back to your ex. Girl, what are you doing?
No, it was okay. It was really eye-opening on her part, but so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I was like, hey, just let me know if like I did anything. Like I'm like, I had a great time. Like I thought you did too. And she's like, no, I did. My ex just like went crazy on her or whatever, and she's like, I'm like not ready for the relationship. And I'm like, no, I can totally get it. Like we can still be friends. Yeah. And then text her. I do voice text a lot. Yeah. So like sometimes you can click out of it and it's gone. But she definitely like just didn't respond. And then like I text her like probably like 2 weeks later. I was like, oh yeah, I just want to see how you're doing because her birthday was coming up. And then she responded, and then I was just like, no, I'm done. Oh, okay. So it was like a mutual ghost actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair. I was just gonna ask, have you ever ghosted anybody? Yeah. When?
There's been a couple times where there were some people that just were like kind of crazy. And I was like, hey, look, like, I'm sorry. Like
crazy over the phone crazy, or like crazy in real life crazy?
Just in both. I've had like a few stalkers in my life actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was really awful actually. Oh on some of them. I had one girl create 29 Snapchat accounts that would text me. So
like all at once, or just like over time? Like once one got blocked?
Yeah, once I blocked one, she'd create a new one.
Oh, jeez. How like by the end of like the 27th, 28th, 29th, how quick could you pick it up that it was her again?
Well, she would make her name like Maddie dot whatever.
Oh, she would just like be like her point two, her point three. Oh, jeez.
So that was crazy. So I definitely like I'm beyond ghoster. I'd try it at least, but no, I definitely like try to end things positive with any situation. Like I definitely think like I don't want to have like people like hate me or like I think like life's so short, and like what is the purpose of life? And I think like creating memories and instilling positive things onto others is super important. And so like ghosting people like it's just I don't know, just kind of hurts them. So someone's gonna get hurt regardless, but like, I don't know.
No, I hear that. I definitely think like human connection is a big reason we're on the earth. Like, what else are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've definitely ghosted people. I'm really bad at responding on Snapchat, so sometimes it's not even like intentional. Really? But yeah, like I have people like right now. I think on my Snapchat I have people who I haven't answered for like 4 weeks. But some of them it's like this is what we do. You know what I mean? Like I'll text you every month.
See, I definitely have some of that as well, but like ghosting. Yeah. It's like how many times do you think you've done that?
A few. Like okay, but not like I've met them in person and then ghosted them. That I've only done like once. Like people I've met like online and then ghosted, like mainly dating apps. I've definitely ghosted a lot. Like I start the conversation and then I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Fun fact, several of my teammates have matched with Lily.
That is very true.
Did you ever hang out with any of them?
I did not. And I talk about it. I ghosted like 2 of them, and now I think one of them has a girlfriend. So go him.
What's the first letter of that one?
B. He has a girlfriend. He's in FBLA.
You met him on Tinder?
Yeah. I think it might have been Bumble. I met one on Bumble. I met one on Tinder. The Tinder guy, he's a freshman. I don't know. I talked to him like once. He looks like Jim.
Oh, there's more than one. There's more than one on Tinder.
Really?
There's like 4 that
How
I know.
do you know this?
People talk to me.
I don't talk to anybody about who I match on Tinder because I talk to them for 2 days and then I stop talking to them. Once it moves to Snapchat, I'm done. It's lost. I know that's a bad trait, but just dating apps are not for me.
Then what happened?
Because I get bored sometimes and lonely. Wow. Yeah. We've all been there. Come on, don't judge me. You ever had a dating app? You ever been on it?
I've had Tinder for like a day.
See?
Because
Everyone's
my
done
baseball
it.
team made me when we went to Arizona.
You had a dating app. So we're both guilty in this. I'm really bad at dating app. Please don't match with me on Tinder. It will not end well for either of us.
And just swipe till I find you.
Please don't. I'll swipe. Anyways, okay. Speaking of ghosting, do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever encountered a ghost?
You're gonna swipe left?
Yeah, I don't swipe right on anyone I know, personally. I just text you. Be like, I saw you on Tinder, LOL, and screenshot your profile and send it to you. But I wouldn't swipe right. Because I literally, like, what's the point of swiping right on Tinder? I already have your contact information. We're literally meeting in person right now.
Tinder, you know what I mean? Swipe right, you know?
I don't want to say I met someone. Like, even if it would progress to that point, I don't want to say I met someone on Tinder. I want to say I met someone, like, in real life. Be
Tinder is real life.
I met my husband on Tinder. Oh, my God. Like, I don't want that for me.
Fair.
No offense to people who do that. That's great for you. I just don't want that to be me, personally.
I'll get that. But no, I don't know, I have a hard time with ghosts. I was scared of the dark for a lot of my life, and then total, like, in high school, and then, so that's the thing. But there was a time where I thought I saw a ghost, and like that, like, really, like, not traumatized me, but
it scares you.
like, there's no explanation for it. I fell asleep, like, scared, like, watching. And I, like, woke up. You want to
tell the story?
Yeah, so I was young, and my mom was in the room across from me. I was like 12 or something, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I, like, rolled over, and I looked out, and there was, like, this, like, not light, but, like, thing. You know, like, when you, like, rub your eye, and there's, like, the white stars or whatever?
Yeah.
So it was, like,
speckles of light.
Like, a larger object. And I was like, what? And, like, I, like, stared at it. And I would, like, blink a couple times. And I was like, what? Oh. And I just, like, felt like I was, like, being watched. This is so real, too.
No, I believe you, because I have a ghost story after you.
Fire me up. But I was like, okay. And, like, waited. And I was like, Mom. And I was like, Mom. And I was, like, screaming, Mom. And she, like, couldn't hear me somehow.
Oh.
And I was like, and I just fell asleep in, like, the position I was in, and woke up and nothing ever happened. But
do you think your house is, like, haunted, or do you think that was a one-time occurrence?
That fear obviously going to be in my back of my mind, but there's been so many nights where, like, I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, the dark, you know, and you start running inside. I've, like, stopped and turned around and nothing ever happened to me. So
that's fair.
Like, I do and I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Let's hear your story.
So I moved downstairs in my house. I used to share a room with my sister, and then we both got a little older. I moved downstairs probably 11 or 12. That's kind of when I stopped being scared of the dark, because I had to walk down the dark stairs and go to my room. So I was, like, all confident, big tough. Well, 2 people have died in the house I live in, and some guy built a house a long time ago. He lived there for 2 years with his wife. His wife died within, like, the first 3 weeks, or, like, a month of living there. And she died, and then he lived in the house for another year before he sold it to my great-grandpa. My great-grandpa lived there with my great-grandma, and she died within, like, the first year of living there. Dang. So they both died, and so I swear to God, there are 2 ghosts in my house. I fully believe in ghosts. And so one of the ghosts is up in the laundry room upstairs, and one of the ghosts is literally in the basement, like, in my room. Like, I've seen things move around on my shelves. I have, like, seen doors open and close on their own. And, like, my house is old, but, like, we keep it up to date. We renovate it. Like, the shifting that like happens with houses and like the doors creaking, like we fixed that problem, like so it shouldn't happen, kind of like what happens with old houses. So I'm fully convinced it's a ghost. And one time I had like just woken up on like a Saturday or Sunday, like kind of like waking up on my own, not to an alarm, and I open my eyes kind of blearily and I see this like white column like standing right next to bed, and as soon as I like focused on it and like fully woke up, it like dropped to the ground really fast. And I was so scared. Could not look. And I was like, yeah, 12 or 13. Could not look. And like I finally like peeked over the side of the bed and there was nothing there, obviously, but it scared the living crap out of me. And I called for my mom, and my mom came in, and I was like, can you just make sure there's nothing on the ground or under my bed or anything? And she's like, Lily, you're like literally a teenager. What do you, like, shut up. You're fine. So.
It's crazy, because there's no proof.
There's no proof, but I believe. And my grandma's told me stories about how there was a ghost in her house, and like the lady who used to live in her house died. She'd moved out, and my grandma moved in with like, and she lived in an elderly home. And then she said she woke up and she saw like the lady with an angel, and they were standing back to like side to side. And she said she heard them talk, and the lady was like, I just want to see the sunset from like my room one more time. And then she said they like dissipated as the sun came up, which is a really crazy story from my grandma. But then she said the lady's obituary was in the paper the next day. I'm like, whoa. I think that's crazy. Dang. I don't know if I didn't see it, but my grandma did, and I fully believe her. But anyway, ghosts are real. I've also gotten like claw marks on the side of my body from sleeping in my room. This was my sophomore year in high school, and I woke up and there was like 3 claw marks like on the side of my like chest. And like it wasn't from me. Like I had really short nails in high school, like, and I never wore like acrylics or anything because I played sports really heavily. And they were like gouges. Like they weren't just like kind of like the eczema kind of red skin kind of stuff. It was like full on, like they're scars. And so I think that's a ghost. Or like a rabid animal got in my room and I didn't wake up.
Do you have a cat?
I do, but I shut my door at night so she can't get in. So, ghosts, guys. That was a ghost too, if you're listening on the podcast.
Little guitar action.
Have you seen any monsters? You live in the mountains, like, so have you ever had a run-in with, like, Sasquatch or Bigfoot or, Loch Ness Monster in the lakes?
There was one time where I thought that there was, like, this, not Bigfoot thing, but there was this, like, monstrous footprint thing, but it was literally, I think someone did it for, like, art.
Oh, okay.
Where they, like, chopped, like, 50 trees down at a time.
Whoa.
And it made it look like footprints.
Oh.
Or they said that's what it looked like, but I hope it was art.
Don't go up into the Medina wilderness. Something might snatch you up.
That was like by Glacier too, but no, I don't think there's any monsters out there.
Yeah, just ghosts.
Yeah.
That's good to know. My Spotify Wrapped, you said yours was a shapeshifter. Mine was a vampire.
Really?
Yeah, I like listening to emotional and intense music more than others, apparently.
One of my good friends in Montana, her thing was a vampire as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Our besties.
Aw. Shout out. I need some friends. Anyways, last question. Okay, we've talked about it a little bit. You're really outgoing, very social in settings. You were considered the dad of Midland by some. What is your number one tip for making friends in college? And I just need to know, have you always been so outgoing, like even in social settings, or is it something you kind of grew into over time?
So if you guys think I can talk, you should see my mom. She's super social, so I guess I just took it from her. But growing up, I wasn't bullied, but I was kind of bullied for a hot minute. I was like fat. I had a bowl cut, braces, peg lateral teeth. I had to wear a stick-on eye patch, Circleton glasses, like you name it. I had it. So that was like character building, obviously. So it's like I wasn't going to get anyone to talk to me because I was the cool kid, So I guess I kind of just took over that role of just kind of saying, hey, how's it going, and that's how it started. But and then I definitely think talking about like the dad role, my like growing up, like my parents divorced for a good reason, and so it was just my mom, and I learned a lot of what not to do, and of like, I guess it made me like a protector almost. So like, I definitely think that like that attributes to my leadership, which I'm super grateful for. Like I think everything happens for a reason, and I think like that, like there's always a positive. Like my mom, when I say PAP, pull a positive, and so that's a positive from that. But I've always been kind of super social. Like I was homecoming king in high school. I was Mr. PHS.
All right. Homecoming king in high school and in college.
Yep. And I just got the Who's Who Award Monday.
I saw that. Your little picture in the OSC.
Yep. So, but I guess like tips, literally just say, hey, how's it going? Everyone's always like scared to like go up to that girl or go up to that guy or whatever. Just like, what's the worst that happens?
Yeah, that's very true. And I think something that you do really well that I've noticed is you like ask people questions after they talk. A lot of people want to just talk about themselves. From what I've seen, and I think this is something my dad told me too.
It's in the movie Leo.
It is. You've seen that movie?
Have you seen it? It's number one on Netflix. My boy Leo, Adam Sandler.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Keep seeing ads for it, but
it's actually really good.
It looks kind of good.
It's a kids movie, but
kids movies are kind of gas.
Apparently, but yeah, no, I definitely think asking questions, listening is super important. I guess like just being able to overcome, like obviously I care what other people think, but like I really don't at the same time. Like I'm not like, oh, I don't care what other people think, but like I'm comfortable in my own skin, I guess. So that's super, which is hard to do. I don't go to the gym, run some miles. David Goggins carry the boats, but I think that totally correlates. But sleeping, actually, biggest plug to sleeping. I've done so much research on sleep.
Really?
I did not sleep a lot in high school because I did 8 classes a day, practice, and I lived 30 minutes from the high school. So there was an hour there, and I'd only get like 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep, or maybe 7. And I did not retain as much information. Like I was still like, I did all my homework and I tried really hard. But like I have such a better GPA here and I'm better in sports and literally all around everything. I think it's so random, but I think sleep is super important to communicating.
What is your sleep routine? How do you get to sleep? Because I'm really bad at going to sleep. But once I'm asleep, I'm out. Anyways.
Really? So it's all about consistency. I go to bed around like 10 o'clock every night, unless it's like the weekend, obviously. And even on the weekend, sometimes I go to bed early, but I try to get 8 or 9 hours. But it's really weird because if I get exactly 8, I'm kind of groggy when I wake up, but then I'm great the rest of the day. But try to avoid energy drinks like I do from time to time. I don't drink coffee, but I just kind of, once you set your circadian rhythm, like you're dialed. But
gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's consistency.
Make your room cold, 5 degrees to like 69 degrees.
Miller's so hot right now. Our heaters are going crazy. My room is like 1,000,000 degrees. I open the window every night.
That's good for you.
It's so hot, dude. The heaters are going out of control. Anyways, thank you for sharing all of this information with us and how to get to sleep well and Ireland trip and everything in between. Thank you for being a guest. Plug anything that you want to plug that you do, or like where people can find you on social media if you want to do that.
The name's Scott Tatum. I guess plug Midland, plug Lily, plug Rory for talking about her earlier. Sorry, I forgot your name. I've like seen you in like 10 of Lily's snaps, but
every time I'm with Rory, I take a picture. Yeah. Because she's awesome.
Make a friend, go out, get out of your comfort, literally say, hey, how's it going? Awesome. Get involved.
Awesome. All right. Thank you again so much. And thank you for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Wear your seatbelt, brush your teeth, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.